Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Slandertime. I am your host, Riley, and this is my co-host, Wolfang Fist Frederick. And we're going to have a very special episode for you guys today about the end of the original Dragon Ball series. Now, Freddy, what are your thoughts on this one? Because honestly, I was very impressed with this, man. This is peak Dragon Ball to me. This is classic stuff. This is where everything happens at some of my best fights, some of the best character moments. It has some stuff I'm not like a huge fan of in the middle, but I think that's just growing pains as Dragon Ball transitioned into Dragon Ball Z. What do you think?
Well, Ryland, me personally, I feel like this little 3 arc stretch that we're about to go over here is honestly better than anything we've read about Spider-Man.
All right, bro.
And also, I actually give this entire little run a 9 out of 10.
9? Like it has. What's a 9 to? Right. What's a 9 to? Something that has basically no flaws?
Not necessarily.
That's what a 9 is to me. Because, like, it's so close.
What
it's
the fuck's a 10 to you?
Perfect. 9's like near perfect, and 10 is perfect. You know?
Okay, so that means 9 can have flaws.
Yeah, it can have flaws, but it's got almost no flaws.
Oh, what are you trying to get out with that?
I'm just trying to establish our rating system because to me, I think this is great material. It has some amazing highs. I still would probably give it like a high 8 to me. So it's lower than you. But
high 8 is a 9 in another universe.
Yeah, you can see it that way. Yeah. I think this first arc with Tien and Shinhan is great. Some of the best stuff. But I do think a lot of this is a retread or connected to earlier stuff. Sorry, not earlier stuff. Later stuff in the series. Like, I look at King Piccolo and how he's moving. And he kind of just seems like Cell from Wish. You know what I'm saying?
What did you just say?
He kind of just seems like Cell from Wish.
Who the fuck is that?
Cell. You don't know who Cell is and you're a Dragon Ball fan?
You just said Cell from Wish. Who the fuck is...
Like,
what is that?
Like a shitty version of eBay, bro. It's like discount and shit.
Wait, hold on. Wait. You're talking about Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. It's like a discount version of Cell.
Wait. No, hold on.
Yeah.
I want you to remember one thing before you continue with that line of questioning you just said.
Yeah.
You yourself, we tested this other week with Drin. You have shitty Dragon Ball knowledge, right?
I still know what Cell was doing.
Wait. How the fuck can you think Cell and King Piccolo compare to each other?
Because they have the exact same plots when it comes to taking over the world. They go to the king, they're like, I'm declaring myself the king.
Shit. Holy shit.
And
then... Wait, no, stop right there. Before you keep building that shitty-ass foundation, Cell didn't give a fuck about ruling the world and being no damn king. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but he still did it.
You painless-ass motherfucker. What are you talking about? Get your sorry ass off of first take and actually think before you talk.
This is thinking. You can't tell me that when King Piccolo projected himself to everybody. You can't tell me that didn't seem everybody in the city, everybody, and he was like, I'm gonna destroy one area one by one city gonna go every day. You guys can't stop it unless one of you stands up. That is literally like the whole plot of the Cell games. It's like, this is your last chance for humanity to stand up against me and actually stop me. So come forth your best fighters.
Their motivations are not the same.
I don't give a damn about their motivations.
Fucking fade. Cell pulled up in a damn news station and he says, man, get some real steppers on me, because I'm fucking shit up if y'all don't do something about it.
So did King Piccolo.
Bitch, that's what Cell said. King Piccolo didn't fuck about boxing. He wanted no opposition. That's why he go around killing shit. He just wanted to fuck shit up. They are two completely different fucking villains and characters. He talking about
that? No, King Piccolo wanted chaos too. He wanted the world to be an abject terror of just evil in general. That is not different than Cell, bro. He wanted the same shit.
That's fundamentally fucking different. Cell didn't want to fucking rule the world or just cause terror around. He would do it. He would cause fucking terror. He didn't give a shit about that.
They had the same intentions for humanity.
No, he didn't.
How are they different?
No, he didn't have that shit.
How are they different?
Just wanted to fucking fight.
Yeah. But he had the same intentions for humanity. He had such disregard that their intentions actually align in a strange way.
What sort of fucking marijuana are you taking? Where are you getting this disconnect from?
What are you talking about, bro?
You're straight up just saying this shit now. Like, you truly, what I'm saying doesn't matter. I'm gonna say this one more time. If you keep fucking talking, we're gonna move from this point. King Piccolo pulls up. He wants to rule this fucking planet.
He does.
He's out here killing people, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Cell. He pulls up. He talks to the whole planet, just like King Piccolo.
Exactly. So you admit there's similarities.
But listen to this. He does not want to rule shit. He encourages people to pull up on him.
So does King Piccolo.
Oh shit. Oh, I can't.
He does. That's just a fact. He's like, bring your strongest fighters or else I'm indiscriminately destroying a city.
Yeah, you know what, bro? You got it, bro. You got it. No, because you're making me lose my fucking brain talking to you already. We're 10 minutes in and you fucking rage baited me. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah. No, alright, listen, I do think there's a lot of similarities in how the characters are presented. You have the whole news challenge. You have the whole come forth and stop me or I'm going to destroy this aspect of humanity. That's the same line, bro. Like, you can't tell me there's no similarities between the characters. Come on.
No, listen to me. The question isn't about whether or not there were similarities. That's not what you proposed.
What I proposed.
You straight up said King Piccolo is a Make-A-Wish cell. When first of all,
I didn't say Make-A-Wish.
Yes, you did.
No, I said he's from Wish. I didn't say he's Make-A-Wish.
Okay, he's from Wish, Make-A-Wish.
Make-A-Wish makes him sound like a cancer kid, bro. I mean, I know he doesn't have hair, but you can't, like, golly.
It's like you say this shit, and you're like, oh yeah, he's a Wish cell. When King Piccolo came out first, it's one. And two, they are fundamentally not the fucking same. Cell quite literally only did that tournament bullshit because he figured Goku was still out there and Trunks got so strong in such a short amount of time. So he said, fuck it, we're gonna run some shit. All y'all bitches pull up. King Piccolo don't give a fuck about nobody being still out there. He tried to fuck Goku up when he seen him.
That's true. Should we take a step back? I'll admit defeat on that one. I just thought the whole sequence of him taking over the world was very similar to Cell's announcement of the Cell games. That's one of the scenes I remember best from Dragon Ball Z. I don't know. It made me think they have some overlap in their motivations. Let's not talk about King Piccolo for a moment, because in my opinion, that is the weakest part of this trilogy that you presented me with, Freddie. I think
I'm jumping off a bridge.
You disagree?
No, I'm just saying it's like I'm jumping off a bridge, bro.
Piccolo Jr., Tien Shinhan, Tenkaichi Budokai, and then King Piccolo is how I would.
I'm just saying it's like you've already started off on some bullshit, and I don't trust you for this any longer.
No,
you've already.
No, all right. Listen, you gotta have some opinions, bro. I gotta have opinions on the media. I was like, there's similarities there. What of it? But I do think that the tournament is super cool because you have a lot of overlap. It's basically just like everything that we've seen coming back into conflict, you know? I might get these tournaments a little bit confused because there's a lot of fights that happen through here. And they're all very good. I don't think there's a single fight that we've covered throughout this entire stretch of chapters that is not like at least a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10 fight. Like, some of the weakest fights are probably Krillin versus Chaozu, right? And that's still a great fight. It's just strategy, is showing how much the characters have grown. I like the stuff with Roshi and Tien a lot as they get into this tournament. I like how Goku's like gotten even more ridiculously powerful, you know, through his hard work of traveling the world, you know, going there on foot, swimming through the seas. I don't know how he survived the sharks and shit, but he was here, so I was like, all right, yeah, Goku's my protagonist, man. And there's a lot of great character interactions through here. But how would you rank them? Do you disagree with me?
I kind of tuned out a part of what you said.
What's that?
But yeah, I heard. No, I heard character interactions though, so I'm gonna go off of that.
Mm-hmm. No. I was saying, how would you rank the arcs?
Oh, I'm gonna be honest with you. I kind of agree.
Oh, all right then. What are you terrorist? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Nah, I just need you to know what you normally say is you normally say some bullshit. But I couldn't let you have that for free.
That's a correct opinion. Anybody has that opinion, bro.
I'm not saying King Piccolo is bad, but I'm saying like I just happen to like Tien Shinhan a bit more.
Tien Shinhan is great. We get two of the best fights up to... I don't even know if they're the best, but they're my favorite. I absolutely, like... This might be my favorite fight in all of OG Dragon Ball, which is Krillin versus Goku. I love that fight, because it's so much fun. Completely embodies the arc from a thematic standpoint, because it's all about, you know, the next generation taking up to fight, and Roshi kind of realizing that he's not relevant anymore. And that his own, you know, way of the Turtle Hermit means that he is going to step back as a mentor and completely be removed from his pride and just allow them to prosper in the best way. He sees that with Tien and Chaozu, and he sees that with Krillin and Goku. And this fight is just so much fun, and it exemplifies that, you know? Even though Goku's clearly stronger than Krillin, there are moments where you're like, oh, well, Krillin's more cunning than Goku, so he might have the edge on him because of this way. And he uses tactics and new innovations with techniques that are actually super interesting to me. It's just a fun fight because you have the emotional angle, you have the actual choreography of the fight is amazing, and it's just, I don't know. I remember this very fondly from the anime when I first watched it, and it really held up in the manga. Even though, I'll be honest, reading the manga, it's like when you go to Disney World and you get a fast pass, bro. It's a fast pass version of the anime. I'm like, this had more impact in the anime, but it was also dragged out to shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's how I felt with the Krillin fight, and especially the Tien Shinhan fight. I both thought they were going to be way longer, but I think it just flies past when you read it. But what fight's your favorite in this tournament?
Favorite fight?
It's got to be between Tien, Shinhan, and Krillin, right?
No, that's like the angle. I fuck with Tien in this heart like a lot,
Yeah,
but it
Tien's
might
great.
honestly be Tien versus fucking Roshi.
Versus Roche, that is a great one. I didn't think about that because I don't think of it as like, obviously it doesn't have a climax, you know, because
Yeah.
he just jumps out of the ring. Is that when he, I have a question about something that happened. So throughout all of this, we have the Crane Hermit, the Crane Master, right? And he is, you know, instigating everything that's going on, even at the point to where Tien Shinhan, by the way, is it Ten Shinhan or Tien Shinhan? Because I've heard both.
I think like I'm pretty sure originally it's 10 or it's like however the fuck you say it the other way. But then like the English kind of adapted Tien.
I see. Because they started saying 10 in the manga, like, later on, and they started originally with Tien. I don't know if it's just the translations I was reading or what that was, but I don't know. I was like, I'm just going to call him Tien Shinhan, because it's more fun to say. Crane Master, you know, is trying to get them to turn back to his side, and he doesn't realize that they actually want to follow Roshi's way of doing things to get even stronger. Roshi ends up using a Kamehameha blast and just kind of murdering him in the crowd.
That shit.
He just fucking Kamehameha, and he executes him. And he's just dead now, right? Like
Yeah, he's gone.
we don't see him again. And I thought, like, they probably were switching over to Roshi's side. But if I saw my master get brutally murdered with an energy beam in front of my eyes, I probably wouldn't be happy. Especially for Chaozu, who is like an actual child, right? So I was wondering, do we know if he's dead or not? Did he actually do that?
Nah, he's just straight up dead.
Oh my god.
He's
Alright.
just gone.
I thought he
He's
was
just
like
gone.
Roshi, where he lived for like... he has immortality. He drunk from the Fountain of Youth or whatever. No, he's just dead.
Nah, he's just straight up dead after that.
Well, we do have a lot of people through here that I thought were dead but come back. Like, Tao Pai Pai. I didn't think he was coming back, but you know what? He paid money, he got money, he's a cyborg now, so that's what's up. I know this is later on that this comes into play. It's in the next tournament we're talking about, but Tien's rematch with him is really cool because he just absolutely annihilates him, and he's pathetic. You see Tien's pride versus Tao Pai Pai's pride, and they're completely different opposite ends of the spectrum. Like, Tien Shinhan is inspired by Goku, who wants a fair fight. He wants to prove to himself how much he has grown, and also how much he respects Tao Pai Pai for the works he's done with him. And Tao Pai Pai's just like, I gotta kill this motherfucker by any means necessary to reclaim my pride. And it's a good contrast. And there's a lot of scenes like that. Everything kind of comes together in the end, to where by the end of that final tournament arc, I would not have been upset at all if that was the end of the series. I don't think there was anything that didn't get addressed.
It ended off on a pretty good note. It's also why I like how cleanly the like escalation is, and once the Z portion
Yeah.
hits, because it feels like there was nothing like it was left off of. So it was like it's kind of like a blank ground where you can just kick off of with damn near anything. And because of how Dragon Ball was, I'm not gonna lie, like fucking aliens just popping out. It honestly felt right in place.
Yeah.
But that's
Yeah.
a later point though.
I do think that last tournament is easily the best tournament in the entire series.
It's not ridiculous to say that.
I think it might.
Ridiculous to say that.
Is it ridiculous to say it's the best arc?
I wouldn't say it's ridiculous to say that. You
I,
can have that opinion.
I think it probably
Honestly,
is.
I wouldn't look at you crazy if you said that.
I think it's a better encapsulation of any of the arcs in Dragon Ball. And keep in mind, I haven't seen Dragon Ball Z in a while, but I don't remember them leaning too heavily into the themes like this arc does. It is truly the youth coming together and showing the old generation that the new generation is here and ready to stay and fight, and they are strong and powerful, and that's great with the whole Demon Jr. versus Goku thing. Like, even as much as I don't love the King Piccolo arc, I did really enjoy it, but I feel like the whole time I was just waiting for Piccolo Jr. to show up, because I knew that was when the themes of the story and the true, like, interesting aspects of this arc, this saga, would come into play. I think you said that your favorite fight was the Roshi fight, right? Not the man wolf fight. That shit was respectfully.
Hell no.
You say hell no to my opinion, or to the
No,
fight?
I'm saying hell no. I'm saying hell no to that. To watching that fucking furry.
That's reasonable though, man. Like, hey, you fucking bald bastard! You destroyed the moon. I'm a wolf, and he gets changed, and he's even uglier. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? That's unfortunate.
He's just living his life. But
He's living his
I
life.
personally like that Tien and Roshi fight.
Oh,
As
yeah.
it was more like it was like Roshi in real time. He's seen as like how do I put this? Like Roshi in real time was like, oh damn, it's finally happened.
Yeah, he's realized he's been surpassed.
Looks up, he's like, man, with rivals like that, Goku, he really don't need me.
Yeah. I love that conversation that he has with Tien Shinhan right after the match, where Tien Shinhan's like, I don't understand. Why would you give up? You are probably more powerful than me. You probably could win. And he's like, no, if I kept going, I would have lost. And I don't have the same pride that you do. I just have a duty to my students, and I fulfilled that. So I'm going home now. And I can just watch this tournament like anyone else. And that's the best encapsulation of those themes. Like I said, the Turtle Hermit has absolutely no pride. And it works so well in that arc because Tien Shinhan and Chaozu and the Crane Hermit just cannot understand that because their entire worldview is based on, hey, we are prideful, and that's what gives us our strength, our victory. We deserve to be prideful because we're the strongest in the universe. Like, I doubt Tien Shinhan had ever lost a fight before then because his attitude in this whole arc is just, hey, look at that motherfucker. I can beat him. Look at that bastard. I'm more powerful than him. I could defeat anyone in the entire universe. None of them are even a problem for me. And he's very quickly proven wrong. The Tien Shinhan fight is one of the best fights as well because Goku uses his techniques, Tien Shinhan's techniques, but he reinvents them in his own way. The entire, platform that they're fighting on gets destroyed at one point. It's very tense. I think it's the most intense fight that we get up to that point, where you really don't know who is going to win, and in the end, Goku doesn't win. He loses by a technicality, basically.
Turned into that truck kind of hard, in my opinion.
Yeah, that was rough. That was unfortunate. And Tien Shinhan was like, he gets the money. He's like, hey, I don't deserve this. Do you want half? And Goku's like, no, I don't have use for money. I was just really surprised by the fighting here. It's hard to do this podcast and really go in depth with the fights because they're just a crazy spectacle, but you get amazing angles. In the manga, the art is great. It's just really fluid and intense, and it goes quick, which is what you want in a fight. Sometimes it can be dragged out, especially in anime, but when you have Toriyama's original vision here, it just feels like, oh yeah, bang, bang, bang. You have phases to the fights, like in the Tien Shinhan fight. You have, Goku's realizing Tien Shinhan's strength. Tien Shinhan is realizing Goku's strength. And they are kind of meeting in the middle to match each other and grow with one another. And then at the end, they both unleash all their powers. And they, really use all the energy they have by the end. I think that was a really cool way to completely drain Goku by having him use his Kamehameha to activate the last of his strength and send him shooting down to Earth, but Tien Shinhan still wins.
Another thing about this arc that I truly like.
Yeah.
Also, the 23rd martial arts tournament does this too.
Okay.
But at a later point, I guess. But it's when Goku ends up teaching his enemies like humility.
Mm-hmm.
They truly learn about they truly learn about themselves and gain character.
That's true.
It's one of the tropes that I love throughout fiction is honestly redemption.
Mm-hmm.
As everyone having not the desire, having the potential to become something better.
Yeah.
Is honestly is inspirational to me personally.
Absolutely, yeah. That's a trope that I also, not even a trope because it's not a trope, but that's a story beat that I really love to see in characters. Yeah, I mean, you can't really talk about this arc without talking about the cliffhanger at the end, because that's kind of what it's known for beyond all the fighting. Krillin, unfortunately, gets hold off screen, and it is by this demon. And here is where we get into a more serious style of storytelling in the King Piccolo saga. I do think that this arc has writing problems at times. And you're going to tell me, I'm sure, that I'm wrong for thinking that way, but when Goku sees Krillin...
That's not what you say.
Yeah, when Goku sees Krillin and he sees that he's been killed, Roshi tells him, hey, don't run off. You can't take them. You're going to get yourself killed by doing this. This is reckless. This is not the way I taught you, right? And he runs off anyways. And that you're thinking oh, that's a character flaw that is coming back to bite him at one point. And it doesn't. It gets resolved off screen. Because when he goes to Korin Tower later, Korin tells him that, I think it's that Chaozu and, spoilers, Master Roshi have died fighting King Piccolo. Goku tries to run off again, and Korin tells him to stop. And this time he just listens. And there's been no change. He's not confronted Roshi at all this. There's really no reason for him to believe Korin over Roshi, but yeah, I don't know. I just saw that and I'm
I
like,
mean,
it reminded me of another similar problem I have in My Hero, which is the scene in the end of season 6 in the Vigilante Deku arc where he runs off from All Might, and All Might's telling him, "Hey, you can't keep doing this. You are going to destroy yourself." And Deku doesn't listen. He doesn't look back, and it is the complete like failing and falling apart of their relationship. And then when they see each other again, it's like nothing ever happened, you know? It's just like
okay.
a plot being set
Okay,
up
okay.
doesn't get followed up onto me.
So, I have two different things to say about that.
Okay. You think that's a
Well,
bad
first of
take?
all, I ain't gonna lie. No. First of all, that My Hero shit. We're gonna get to that in a second.
Okay.
But what you just said about Dragon Ball is there's two different things there.
Okay. Yeah.
Different things there. All right, when he doesn't listen to
Give me one of
Roshi,
them.
yeah, I'm saying so. When he doesn't listen to Roshi,
Mm.
it's a completely different like scenario. Is he doesn't know what's going on at that point. He just knows Krillin is dead and he's sliding for Krillin.
Yeah.
So when Roshi says, "Hey, don't go there," he says, "Nah, fuck all that. I'm still going."
But that's still a character flaw.
But that I didn't say it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm
I
saying
get you.
why it's a little different now.
Mm-hmm.
But then Korn when Korn's telling him not to go there, it's already he hears that Roshi just got packed.
Yeah.
Then Korn offers him a solution other than just wait a second.
I think. Are you done? I can follow up on this.
Okay.
I get what you're saying. The problem is, I think that solution is also bullshit. I don't like it. It's not technically a problem in the story, but I really just hate that the water was real the whole time. I thought what was so cool about that is that, they train thinking that they're going to get this eternal reward of water that is going to make them superhumanly powerful. And then it turns out that the power they've gained is through discipline and hard work and making themselves stronger through training with this cat creature. That is so cool to me. I love that. And then this arc comes in and completely destroys that. It's like, oh, you like this? No, it was actually, you know what? The water was real the whole time. Sorry. And then there's no consequences to it as well. There's like no one has ever, consumed this water and survived. And Goku just does it. And he's fine.
You know what I say about that?
Yeah, what's up?
So it's pretty simple. Pretty simple.
Hit me.
First of all, him being the first person to survive the water, that's just simple storytelling shit. Protagonists
Yeah.
always do that. That's one. And two, you should have just fucking said you didn't like the water explanation. Instead of saying why would he listen to Korn like he didn't have a fucking solution.
Well, you changed my mind on that. And then I thought, well, if the water is the solution to make things better, then I also have a separate problem with that. You get what I'm saying?
Also, but at the same time, you have to remember Korn's position here.
I don't think
Yeah,
Korn
I'm
did
saying.
anything wrong. I think that's
No, I'm
objectively the
saying
right
like
move.
no, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying Korn's position is like the water being real should have been like a possibility in your mind. He just doesn't hand that shit out to people.
I realize that. It just feels kind of cheap to me. It's like, oh, this whole time we had this magical thing that would make people stronger. Like, he could have given Goku... If Goku fought Tao Pai Pai and he realized that the training wasn't enough, he wasn't powerful enough to defeat him, he could have just gone up there and got the water. And that kind
Wasn't
of...
gonna give it to him.
Why would...
Wasn't gonna give it to him.
Isn't this the first time... One of the first times he's seeing Korn again after that? What would change so drastically? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, King Piccolo changes things kind of drastically. The sheer
Yeah,
scale of King Piccolo and what he's connected to, it kind of changes everything. Papa was just a mercenary at the end of the day.
that's true. Yeah, you can call me wrong for it. It's just my personal opinion. I just don't like the water. I think it cheapens the series a little bit because all of these other arcs, you have Goku just, getting stronger through hard work. And in this arc, he's just given, drink the water, and now you're busted. I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. Bringing out his full potential. But I understand what you're saying with that. I understand what you're saying. I do wish that he had gotten a scene with Roshi kind of addressing his impulsiveness before Roshi ends up sacrificing himself. And a great scene with Roshi, by the way. Roshi realizes that things have not worked out at all when King Piccolo is coming to take over the world. And he needs to use the Mafuba? Is that what they call it?
Yeah,
To
Mafuba.
Yeah, is it Mafuba or Mafuba?
Whichever one you want to say. I'm
All
not.
right.
Everyone knows what the fuck we're talking about. Evil containment wave, goddamn. People know.
All right, so Roshi uses the secret technique of the Mafuba to try to trap King Piccolo. It doesn't work. I don't know why. I think he wasn't skilled enough with it. I don't know. Do you have a lore reason why he was incapable of sealing the deal there?
All right, yeah, he missed.
Yeah, I thought he just missed. But
yeah, he missed.
I don't know. I was watching it and I'm like, okay, damn.
He just straight up missed, bro. I don't know what to tell you. That's why I'm asking. Like, you didn't remember?
Yeah, no, I remember him missing, but I'm like, surely, he was impacted by King Piccolo's death ray or something like that, some shit like that. But no, he was just sorry. Okay.
I remember that vividly. He was stressed because King Piccolo is stressed. And he's like, "Oh
That's
no!"
so unfortunate.
He told him the name of his sensei, and then he spit the jar. And then he picked him up with it, and then he just straight up missed.
That's so tragic. Oh my!
He was dead ass screaming for his fucking life. He thought it was over with for him.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, Mafuba! Someone still knows it." He's getting pressed.
He's like, no. And the moment he seen he was dead, he started jumping for joy.
Yeah. All right. I'm just going to get my critiques out of the way because there's a lot I love about this arc. There's one other problem I have with it, though. I think
this one might be real.
Well, it might be real? Okay.
Yeah, I said this one might be real.
Oh, all right, you're helping me. I think the introduction of King Piccolo is the weakest introduction of any villain in the series. Pilaf revives him from the rice cooker off screen. And then he's just there doing evil shit. And I just feel like you miss a great opportunity for an amazing introduction from a villain. Because some of the other villains that are introduced, like Frieza, Cell, they have these great introduction scenes. And King Piccolo is just kind of already there doing evil with Pilaf. So I don't know. I think if we saw what Pilaf was doing as like a subplot through the Tenkaichi Budokai, it would have been a lot better. But we don't. And it just, I understand he wanted the shock factor. It just makes the whole regime feel way too sudden for me. Like, oh yeah, not only do demons exist, they're already actively taking over the world while we've been fighting in this tournament.
That's a valid critique. That's valid.
Yeah, it
didn't even have to be like it didn't even have to be like seeing Piccolo fucking talk and shit and make all those weird ass fucking creatures that technically his children. It could have just been Pilaf accidentally opening that fucking rice cooker because I know he didn't do that shit on purpose.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't even make sense. I mean, it kind of made sense why Pilaf would do it, but I'm like, is that really? Because he makes terrible strategies. That's his whole character. He's like.
Yeah, but I don't. As stupid as he is, I don't think he will release King Piccolo on purpose. If he was aware of what he was doing.
No, because they don't even seem like they believe that he is going to give them a part of the world to rule in. They're shaking the whole time. Yeah, they didn't do that shit on purpose.
That shit had to be an unhappy accident.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. They're in that damn flying saucer. Terrified, bro. So yeah, that I think is a big problem. I think he learned from that and got better with it. My two things are the introduction is weak because it doesn't exist. It's off screen and Pilaf is responsible for it randomly, which not great to me. I understand it's still part gag manga during this time, but this is the arc they are actively trying to switch into a more emotional kind of storytelling. And you see that in all of Goku's fights in this arc. He is trembling with anger nearly all the time whenever he's fighting somebody. Except for the Yajirobe bit. Then he is leading into the comedic side of things. I really like Yajirobe. I kind of forgot he existed here. Goku eats his damn fish. Had me feeling bad for him, bro. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah, I
So
know you. I know you forgot Yajirobe existed.
yeah. All right. I remembered he showed up sometime around here. I don't. They don't tell you why he's so strong. Why is he just as strong as Goku? Well, not just as strong as Goku, but around that same
First of all,
strength. Is he
Fat Man just can't be out there.
what?
I said a Fat Man just can't be out there.
No, he can, but like stronger than Tien, like the one
Oh,
of
I
the
don't know about
greatest
that one.
martial artists in the world.
First of all, I don't know about that one.
He was. Didn't they say that he was around Goku's strength level?
Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna hold you. I'm gonna think back for this for a quick second, and if I can't remember, I'm just gonna look this fucking chapter up.
Because they're fighting, and they specifically say, well, they don't say it, but they think it like, wow, I can't believe there's a guy as strong as me out here. And then the dragon monster shows up, and he's like, wow, another one as strong as me. This is a crazy day. And that's the gag, you know?
Okay, all right, here it is. So, Yajirobe says, "I've never met anyone this strong before,"
Mm-hmm.
and Goku simply says, "This won't be easy." He doesn't simply say
Not in the version I
Yajirobe is
read.
strong as him. Oh, where'd you read that?
I read it. Well, I shouldn't be disclosing that. I read it
Man,
on a manga fire.
Manga Fire. The fuck is that? Let me see. 'Cause I'm reading that shit on Manga Deck, so that's a different
Oh
one.
shit! All right, don't worry about
And
it.
then,
Oh my
nah,
god!
like,
I might
it's
have been
a
hold by
Manga
that
Fire. Hold
translation, bro. I might have been hold by the translation.
on. I've never heard of this before, so let me.
That's
I'm
why.
looking it up
That's why I
now.
read all the manga. Yeah. Yajirobe is super cool, man. I wish they gave him a little bit more to do because he's very irrelevant. And I do like Goku fighting monsters, man. I was invested in what the monsters were actually gonna have in terms of their strength level, in terms of I don't know. These dinosaurs were just too damn arrogant. I'm like Goku needs to fuck them up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so I'm gonna give you some credit here.
Yeah.
What you said could definitely be interpreted that way.
What do you say?
I'm saying I went on Manga Fire, and then off of what you read, it could be interpreted that way. He said, "I've never met anyone this tough before." Whether
Right.
or not you want to say, whether or not you want to say overall or just how durable his fat ass is one thing.
Well, either way, he'd be a top fighter in the world, right?
My only response to that is, oh, definitely. But my only response to that is, Tien was out there the whole time and we didn't know it.
Who was?
Yeah, I said Tien was out there the whole time and we didn't know it. There's nothing fundamentally different except Yajirobe didn't compete the same way Tien didn't.
But that's true. But Tien has honed his strength all his life, whereas Yajirobe it seems like natural talent. So my question to you was: is he like some sort of like enhanced being, or is he just a human that's just busted?
He's a human who throws them bitches.
All right then, hey W Yajirobe, man. Next critique, because I do have one more that I'm remembering the scene when
He's
King
about to
put
hold somebody.
when King Piccolo. No, I'm not. A little bit. King Piccolo pulls up on Goku, right?
Okay.
Overpowers him absolutely. You know? His heart just happens to stop at the exact moment that he checks his pulse and grabs the Dragon Balls. And then he's fine
All right,
afterwards.
all
That
right, you're doing what we call a little too much, all right?
alright, come on, that's a little bit convenient.
I'm saying we're doing a little bit, we're doing what we call a little bit too
Well,
much.
the series is expecting me to like have this shift in tone in mind. We're doing it serious now, and it's stuff like that where I'm like, huh, okay. It's not like a big thing. It's just something I wrote down while I was reading it that takes me out of it a little bit.
Yeah, yeah, no, I'm saying like you're in the state of mind like where you're doing a little too much.
All right, bro. All right. I'm just trying to give my actual thoughts and opinions, bro. The people need to know. Um,
No, because like what you're doing is fucking nitpicking. I'm not gonna lie.
that's not nitpicking.
That is a nitpick. You said, "Oh yeah, his heart just happened to stop the moment he touched it." Like, all right, are you serious?
All right.
Are
Well,
you?
it's hard to
Are we
talk about
serious?
this arc, though. I'll be honest, because of the fights. All the fights are great and amazing, but there's really not that much to say about them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I enjoy King Piccolo as a villain. I think just having an irredeemably evil villain is cool, though I don't prefer that. I there will be people that say, like, oh, I love it just when a villain is just allowed to be a villain and be evil. And I'm like, you can like that. You can
I
like
hate
that.
that sentence so fucking much.
Yeah.
For one reason and one reason only.
What's up?
Those are the same idiots who will be like, "Oh, this is simple. Why does he have no character depth?"
Yeah,
It's a
yeah.
motherfucker. You're the same people that say you want a motherfucker to be evil just for the sake of it. If
Well,
he's
I
evil for
am.
no good reason, it's like, no, not you
Oh, okay,
personally.
okay.
I'm saying, like, if you want a motherfucker to be evil for no good reason, he can't have some fucking depth-filled backstory that explains why he's evil. That means he's not evil for no good reason.
Yeah, yeah. And King Piccolo does have a good reason. I mean, he's just trying to be young again, but he's also trying to do evil shit. You know what I'm saying? I do think there are definitely a lot more interesting villains in Dragon Ball just from a motivation perspective. Because it's fine to be, you know, like I want to be in my prime again to do this thing. That's like an interesting motivation. But then the thing that he wants to do is just be evil. Right? Because he's a demon. It's just his nature taking over.
I mean, I feel like
it's not very compelling.
Since he is like, he is the other half. He is like the fucking evil half of Kami.
Yep.
It does fit in one sense.
I completely forgot about that, by the way, as I was reading it. So it was a nice surprise. I was like, oh yeah. I thought Goku was just being racist for a second, bro. He pulls up, he sees that he's, green, and he's like, Piccolo! And I'm like, oh my god, bro. I knew this shit would happen, bro. You fucking racist. Oh my god. But I do like the King Popo fight. King Popo. Jesus Christ. That's not what I meant to say. I do love the Mr. Popo and, Kami, and their base. I forget what it's called.
Lookout?
The Lookout, yeah. Because we finally understand where the power pole came from, why it's used the way it is, why it's so busted, and how Goku actually managed to get a hold of it. Because I don't think they tell you up until this point. And he uses Noibo to rocket himself all the way up to the tower. It connects, which is super cool. And he has to fight King Popo to get an audience with Kami. And Kami is a very interesting character because he just sees Goku and he's like, that's my dog! Hell yeah, let's go defeat my bastard brother. I'm like, alright, hell yeah. But Mr. Popo wants to just, he thinks that he is spiritually weak. He thinks that he's even physically weak, which many people on Earth would disagree with. But even still, that's the way he feels. He beats the mess out of Goku. He teaches Goku to be aware of himself, not just in a sense of, hey, anticipating what this guy's going to do next, but kind of like becoming at peace with the universe and actually meditating and feeling his own senses. And he gets a lot of training here, and honestly, I don't think we need the potential awakening stuff. I think if you just did this training instead, and you put it earlier, that would be beautiful. I don't know. That just seems like the better option. Because Mr. Popo's really fun to watch, too. We're not going to talk about Mr. Popo's character design. It's been mentioned before.
I agree with you about that training was good.
Yeah.
At the same time, though, that the story itself would have had to change for that training to be there.
Yes, but if you change the story to make that happen, all of the other problems that it has are solved. Like my problem with Goku, not learning the lesson that impulsivity is going to lead to death and terrible things, and he needs to grow and mature beyond that, is solved here. Because Popo realizes that instantly. Oh, this kid is super impulsive. That's what makes him dislike him, at first glance. And then he notices how motivated he is to learn and grow and train and be the best, and how kind he is, and his opinion changes. But that impulsivity is addressed here. And it just happens to be in a different arc. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you just moved it up a little bit, I didn't even connect the dots. That's what was actually happening until I looked back and I reread through, the whole thing at once, So I think if it was earlier, it would have been better connected. It would have felt like a better payoff because it doesn't really feel like a payoff. It feels like just more training, but just in a different way, which is also good.
Okay.
But yeah,
So,
just would have solved some problems I had.
all right, I just want to make sure I hear you correctly.
Yeah.
You didn't want Goku to have that flaw by the time the arc ended, and you didn't want it to be addressed different arc. Yes or no?
No, it can still be addressed different arc because the problem doesn't go away. But I think if you begin addressing that problem earlier, then it feels more impactful. Because the water just doesn't do anything for me. Like,
Okay.
Goku's
All right.
risked death time and time again. Risking death means nothing to him at this point in the series.
Okay. But you mean like personally or like in general?
Both.
Because I'm gonna be straight up with you.
Yeah.
Goku has not touched death as hard as until King Piccolo.
That's true, but I also think that his relationship with death is very jovial. Like, he doesn't really take it too seriously until this arc. And then when he does, I don't know. I feel like he needs to learn to take death seriously, and he can do that through understanding that his life as one of the strongest people on Earth has so much value, right?
Goku himself here doesn't necessarily think of himself that way just yet.
I understand that.
Goku being a guardian is like something that develops way later down the line.
I understand that, but I don't know. You don't get what I'm saying at all? You don't agree with me at all?
No, I'm not. I'm not agreeing with you. And not even to be like fucking hard about it like I normally would be. I truly don't agree with this shit.
Okay. Interesting. I don't know. I just don't like the damn water, and I think that there are better ways to do training.
Fuck.
I did. I'm trying to work out in my head how the problem could be addressed.
Like, you're giving all these like fucking other workarounds. You're trying to change other shit and make other shit like not good.
Because the Popo training feels like a payoff.
Let me finish, because you want to go back and say, yeah, fuck that water. You're holding everything else because you want to say fuck that water, and I'm getting tired of it.
It just feels like it should be connected to me because it's so good and I want it to be more connected. But it is still in that Piccolo arc, to be fair. And
no, it's good where it's at.
Yeah. I think
doesn't need to go anywhere.
What do you think about the final fight with King Piccolo? Was it satisfying?
He put a hole through his chest. That shit was clean. That
shit was pretty nice. Alright, I was screenshotting some panels and I was like, oh, hell yeah. Because some of them are really cool. Like, I do really appreciate, by the way, this is going back a little bit. I just remembered this. In the Tien fight, the announcer just gets into like a shark plane at one point to follow them falling.
He was whipping that hoe.
Bro, that was clean as hell. Oh my god. Yeah, is there some legend, by the way, with the rice cooker that I'm just missing out on because we're American? Do you know about? I don't know. Or is it just like rice cooker?
No, there's definitely. I remember hearing some shit about this. There's some legend about that, but I don't fucking remember.
I figured. Also, I really like the gag where King Piccolo's like, there's someone in this world who can face our power and defeat us. Who would dare? And then it cuts to Goku and Yajirobe cooking the dragon over the fire. That shit was funny as hell to me, bro. Also, Yajirobe says, Son Goku? Weird ass name. Call me Lord Yajirobe. I'm like, what the fuck is this? I guess that's just because it's Japanese characters that I don't understand that. How is Yajirobe normal? But Goku's strange, or is that the joke? I don't know. You see the title cards, by the way, when you read? Do you have those in your version?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, they spoil the series sometimes. Like, for no reason. Don't worry. Goku's not dead. He's the main character, after all, is the title card for one of them. Like, I know he's not dead, but, like, you don't have to tell me he survives in this chapter. Do you read the Q&As as well? Do you know about these?
Oh, you talking about the Daizenshi? It's not the Daizenshus.
Yeah. Where
I've tried to get my hands on that.
I had me dying because I read it, right? And this guy sent in a postcard with a drawing of himself and the fits he wears, asking Toriyama to be like, oh, hey, how can I get better drip, bro? I just wear normal shit. I wear normal clothes, t-shirt and jeans, and, that's all I wear. So can you help me with the drip, Mr. Toriyama? And then Toriyama says, going by the drawing, I'd have to agree. You really aren't fashionable at all, are you? Yajirobe, by the way, I'm going kind of just fast through a lot of thoughts I had. He's kind of busted. Goku struggles so much to get up Korin Tower, but Yajirobe goes up the whole way with Goku. And like a pretty reasonable amount of time. I think that final fight is pretty iconic. Even if it's not like the most interesting Dragon Ball fight, you get to see a lot of Goku's growth. Like, he's taking this seriously for the first time. He has facial expressions during this fight that we've never seen before. How do we feel about the king of the universe or the king of the world being a furry? What did Toriyama mean by this?
But that's some Dragon Ball shit at the end of the day. I ain't gonna lie to you.
It's some, yeah.
You got fucking dinosaur people walking around and shit.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know how I feel about that, low key, because them motherfuckers be getting like snatched up and ate and shit. Like,
oh yeah,
like I ain't gonna lie. Like, I truly thinking about it. I think in the Saiyan Saga too. This is gonna come up later, but like, actually, no, that might be anime only. But fuck, Vegeta, Nappa are like on this other planet, and they're dead ass just straight up eating the people on the planet.
That's crazy. Yeah, I do remember what you're talking about, though. I've seen that. It's like on their way, on their journey to Earth, they make a stop, right? Yeah.
Like, they're dead ass. Like, wait, hold on. Vegeta might have been doing that shit in the Broly movie, too, because he was eating something.
Oh, you're right. I thought that was like plants, though. That was like the plants of the world. That was like fruit.
It might have been fruit, bro. I wouldn't put it past them because them saying be moving like that.
I think I would have noticed, bro. But yeah, I took screenshots of the panels leading up to the end here. Him popping a hole through him, bro. God. And then he just explodes, which was kind of cool, but I was very confused why he just decided to do that or how he did that.
Hey, Aura, I don't know, man.
They don't.
He just blow.
They don't explain it.
He blew himself up, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. Is Piccolo gonna do that when he dies? Demon Junior, bro? No.
Cause when he gets like his fucking Goku puts like a hole in his chest, he throws the egg up. Then his eyes start I'm pretty sure his eyes start bulging before it happened. He starts monologuing.
Oh yeah,
he started monologuing and shit. He's like, whatever the fuck shit I got going on. Then he blows up.
I do not imagine that we demon folk will so easily disappear. And then he blows the fuck up. So I'm like, alright. That's cool, no, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he just self-destructed. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. But yeah, that final tournament, bro, after this, is beautiful. It's just like a celebration of Dragon Ball. That's the best arc in Dragon Ball, right?
That final tournament is the best end of era arc out there.
Oh shit, you think so? Yeah, I mean I agree with that. Goku getting married mid tournament is perfect. I think that all the fights are. I couldn't name a bad fight. I mean, there's like the Chi-Chi fight, but that's just like. That's an iconic one. Like, we have the weighted clothing scene with the Tien Shinhan rematch, which is also great, you know?
He was like, oh, shit, Goku, how the fuck is he moving this whole time? I was like,
he was feeling himself before that. Yeah. You have Krillin versus Piccolo Jr., and I thought, like, oh, Krillin's getting dog walked, bro. He actually did pretty good. So yeah, that's a great fight.
Until his head got dribbled on the pavement.
Yeah, he did get dribbled a little bit, but after that, it wasn't like Piccolo Jr. was like, oh yeah, bald-headed bastard. I tossed him up easily. It's more like he understands that this is not gonna be an easy battle. And the more
what do you?
Huh?
My fault. You finish.
No, I was gonna move on.
was about to say, like, what do you what was your like your favorite dynamic of that arc?
My favorite dynamic, like in terms of the fights.
Characters, like symbolism,
Um,
like a theme of a character, anything.
well, I think the strongest theme is the relationship between pride and selflessness, which the Turtle Hermits taught versus what all the villains and all the other martial artists seem to have. I think that's a really interesting theme to see how it's evolved from the very beginning of the series when we first talked about it with like Krillin and Goku training under Roshi to now because especially towards the end, I love the dynamic between Goku and Piccolo Jr. because Goku is so like, hey, the match is still going. I have to beat this guy. And he doesn't care that the fucking world is about to be destroyed in 2 seconds. He doesn't care about anything else that's happening except finally proving himself in this tournament that has been his entire life. He has to win this tournament someday. It has been his entire goal. It's like, you know, Luffy becoming king of the pirates or Naruto becoming Hokage. Right now, his big character goal has been to win the Tenkaichi Budokai, and it's right in front of him, but he has to get past Piccolo to do it. And Piccolo has also exhibited this theme of being the successor, the person that is going to come onto this battle and succeed because he has to avenge his father, and he's using techniques that King Piccolo never would have used. He is adapting to Goku, using techniques which King Piccolo really never did, just using techniques in general. He just started blasting shit with his overwhelming power and hoped it'd work. But Piccolo Jr. is actually fighting his ass off. And he's kind of learning honor, kind of like what you said earlier. It's interesting seeing the relationship between Goku and the enemies he inspires. It's inspirational. Even though he doesn't quite inspire Piccolo Jr. at the end of this, he does outsmart him, which was a big character moment for Goku because Goku is very stupid. But he makes him grow massively so he can retrieve Kami from inside him because he's 8 Kami at one point. I do like that as well. Kami's dynamic with pretty much everybody, bro. Yajirobe had me feeling bad, bro. He didn't deserve that from round 1. That was messed up. What was your favorite dynamic, though, man?
It was definitely the Piccolo and Kami dynamic. Because that whole thing
Yeah.
focused around like pretty much identity as like they're the same person, but each so like Kami and Piccolo together represent the idea of you can't cut off a part of yourself, expect everything to be fine. You got to face the whole thing as wholes.
Yeah.
Goku makes him like fucking spare Piccolo. He does. And it sends the message that the parts of yourself that are you need to face them head on
Mm-hmm.
instead of just letting them sit.
And I think what's so interesting about that is Kami, it's almost like he wanted to commit suicide just to get rid of the evil part of himself, just to make sure that the things that he had done do not leave a negative impact on this world. Well, he didn't have to. I think that's a commentary on how sometimes we can only see the dark parts of ourselves. Even if there's a solution to moving forward, sometimes we're so focused on that we just can't think of it. We need help from other people to see the world around us. And that's exactly what Goku does for Kami. He makes him understand that there is a way to do this just the right way, the normal way. We can just challenge each other to a match and we can win. And I think that's why Kami was originally attached to Goku so much, because he sees the parts of himself he values. And then as the series goes on, as the arc goes on, he understands that the parts of him that he values are still attainable for him. And he understands that through Goku. So even Kami, in the end, grows as a result of having met Goku. I think it's interesting that Kami looks forward to almost committing suicide. He sees it as the only option to defeating his evil half, and I think that's a commentary on how when there's something that's so wrong with us, so dark with us, that we look out and we just try to destroy that part of ourselves and subdue it by any means necessary, even when sometimes we might need the help of others to actually get rid of that negative aspect of ourselves and move beyond it. And that's why he's admired Goku from the moment that he met him.
Yeah, that's a good take. I like that.
I bet. I finally gotten a good take from Freddy.
It kind of comes full circle since like it's
Yeah.
originally in the backstory. I honestly forget where this is explained in their backstory, but they were originally one person before Kami could become like guardian of the earth.
Right.
He split himself into like that good portion of himself and the bad portion, and he sealed that motherfucker away. I forget where that is in the lore, so might have been
No,
like
no,
a
it
future
it
revelation.
was explained here.
I was there, right?
Yeah,
It was?
yeah.
Okay, all right.
It's explained when, as the basis for the tournament, when Goku meets the civilian that he has, the fucking dad. By the way, I love that moment with the dad when he stops being possessed by Kami at the end, and his kids are like, "Dad, you are awesome! I never knew you could move like that." And Dad's like, "Oh yeah, I still got it, huh? I must have gotten drunk off my ass."
Be throwing them, son. Don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Be sparing
yeah.
your mother.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny. But the first time that Goku sees him, that civilian, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's Kami. Let me go talk to him. I wonder what he's doing here." And that's when I think you get that information. I could be wrong, but
Forget where that comes from. I just remember it so vividly.
oh yeah. I mean, it's an interesting aspect that I forgot about. Like I said, that arc, it's just, I don't know. It's just peaceful. Everything's like kind of set in stone. There's no real questions I have. I mean, obviously, if you accept the premise of Goku being strong, then you accept this. You have to accept that premise to enjoy the series. So I don't think the question of his Saiyan lineage is really raised here at all. So you don't need to even know about that to enjoy Dragon Ball. You could end it here, and if you're not into like fights with less strategy, which is a lot of Z, let's be honest, unless adapting to techniques and everything like that, more focus on low stakes stuff, and you want to just end out the series here, I don't think you're wrong for that. I don't know. What would you say to someone just ending Dragon Ball here and not going on to Z?
Oh, you're a bitch. That's all I got. Keep fucking reading. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, like it's gonna end it off here. Like, no, that's not what I said. Did
Yeah.
not say that bullshit. No, you keep fucking reading. I'm not like him. I don't condone that message.
It's a different type of series from now on. The tone changes. I
No,
think
fuck. You got used to the tone in his last two
I
arcs.
did. I did. You're right.
Yeah,
So if
you're
you
gonna get
like
used to it
that,
again.
absolutely read on. But I don't think you're wrong for,
I
they're
do.
they're different series. Come
No,
on.
I do because you're missing out on half the entire fucking series. You better
You
read
are
that, hoe.
missing out on half. But all
I'm
right,
not even counting
you know
Super.
what? You know what? I admit when I'm wrong, you're right. You're right. I just forget Z. I just love a lot of these Dragon Ball arcs so much, and I forgot about how much I enjoyed some of them, man. Like
Let's
that.
slander your ass real quick. Hold on.
What? I
You
just
you don't you
complimented
didn't
your
love no you didn't
series.
love this shit 2 weeks ago. Hell no. Wait a minute. No, you can love it. It's good and all that. We both know that. That's not the point. You did not love this shit 2 weeks ago when I was asking you them Dragon Ball questions at that fucking gym. Don't hold me like this.
No, bro. I like the individual fights. Those are the moments that stood in my head. And then I read this stuff, and I remembered all the parts in between. I actually love that stuff. I can love something that I don't remember
The fuck you love something you don't know.
because I just read it. I can watch a
No,
show and be like, I love that. That's
You
amazing.
know, no. You just said you didn't remember it, but you can still love it. How you remember some shit when? First of all, how do you remember something when there's no canvas to inspect? What are you talking about?
Bro, I'm
It's
saying
not
I
like
didn't
it's like
remember
no,
it, and then I read it, and now I
no,
remember it.
no,
How
no,
is this hard to
no.
understand?
That's not what you just
Yes,
said. You
it
just
is.
said you just said you could love it and you didn't remember it. So I'm
Right.
asking you,
That's
how
what
can
I'm
you appraise a
saying.
painting? No,
If I
how can you
forget something and
appraise a
I reread
painting?
it, then I can remember
Holy
it.
shit.
That is what I'm saying.
That's not what you just said. Think
Yes,
about
that's
your
what I
words.
meant,
No, no.
bro.
Listen, no, I don't give a fuck what you meant. It's what you said. You just said,
Even if you take it
I
just
can
by
love,
what I
no.
said, you cannot
Oh
remember
my
something and still love
God.
it. Yes.
Okay, so I'm gonna ask you one thing. Let's say you're working on an art museum. Can you
Hmm.
appraise a blank piece of fucking paper? Somebody asks you, what's on this paper? What is good about this artwork? And you say, oh shit, I
No,
can't see it, man. I
alright.
don't know. I don't know,
Obviously,
man.
we are
I don't know,
assuming that I
man.
remember enough to make a
Oh,
judgment call. If you don't remember
holy
enough to
fuck,
make
I
a
don't.
call on something,
Shit, oh, shit, I don't know, man. I really don't. Or like, or let's say we cover up half of the painting, and we say, "Do you remember what's on this painting?" And you don't remember. You look at this fucking one corner of it. You're like, "Yeah, I remember it." I remember enough to judge the entire fucking painting. Hell no. Y'all aren't going for that shit.
You don't have to be a damn expert in something to evaluate the whole thing. If years go by and you forget the fucking kangaroo issue of Spider-Man by Lee and John Romita Sr., bro, I'm not gonna kill you for that. You can still have a valid opinion on the era.
That's way fucking different.
How? How is it different?
You eat fucking Twizzlers. I'm getting tired of you.
I don't understand how it's different, bro. I mean, I guess that means there isn't a difference.
That is different because you named a sorry ass issue about a fucking kangaroo man that you yourself cut out. By the way,
No, I edited it back in because it was a banger.
No, you edited it back in because you wanted to hold me. But to top it off, I literally said you read the rest of it. And you said you liked it, but you don't remember what the fuck's going on. What can you like if you don't know what happened?
I remember enough of what happened to remember that I liked it.
It's not like
I forgot it completely. Are you crazy?
No, you bastard. No, you bastard. Let me tell you. That's like I go to a fucking party with you.
Yeah.
And then I get drunk. And then you're like, oh yeah, you remember what we did yesterday at the party? I'm like, no, but it was probably fun. You're gonna say, what the fuck's wrong with you? How do you not remember?
No, that's a fucking false equivalence, and you know it, bastard.
No, it's not. It's not because there's no alcohol involved.
Yes, it is.
It's not because no alcohol involved.
We're getting alcohol involved next episode, by the way, just based off of that. I'm drinking this to forget whatever the fuck you said, because I can't do this shit with you sober, Freddy. I can't do this shit anymore. I'm at my damn breaking point. You understand me? Because you're saying, by the way, this is all on a misinterpretation, a bad faith misinterpretation on a statement that I made, by the way, because all I said was I can misremember parts of something and then reread it and remember everything and love it because it's like I'm experiencing it all again for the first time. And then that's what you have a problem with. That's what you choose to have a problem with.
I love that we're recording you say this bullshit because you literally said you didn't remember, but you liked it.
Talking about
that in there. That's what you said. It doesn't matter. Cut to the end of this shit. Whatever the fuck you're saying after this. This conversation's dead. I know what you said, and I'm not letting that shit go.
You're evil.
Just skip over this.
You're Piccolo. You're fucking Piccolo. You're fucking Piccolo.
What the fuck you said, bro.
You're King Piccolo, bro. I'm tired of you. Anyways, next week on Slandertime, we're going to be talking about the next issues of Spider-Man as well as starting a brand new series in Berserk. So make sure to tune in next time. Fuck you, bastard.
I'm holding the shit out of that show.
Hey guys, Riley here. If you're wondering why that news segment that we talked about is not in today's episode, well, I have a little clip for you might find informative. Yes!
No, that's not what the discussion was.
That's exactly what the discussion was.
No, we were talking. He was like, all right, we're gonna let's not do 2 comments, let's do 3. I said, all right, bet. And you said, all right, so next week we're gonna put that segment in. That's what you said. You said
that's what I said on the podcast because the podcast comes out week to week. It's not for you. It's for them. God damn it! You should understand that next episode means next week.
You fucking
God!
How is that my fault? How is that my fault?
Because I said have them read for next episode.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
Yo.
I'm done with you, bro. I'm done with your ass.
No, this is why you're cut off. That's what I'm talking about. This is why you're cut off.
I could never be cut off.